Sandpoint is about to get 116 new homes, and hardly anyone is talking about it. I'm at the hunting lodge on Providence, one of Sandpoint's newest communities, and I'm going to take you inside to show you all the features, the prices, and why this might be one of the best buys if you're looking to move to Sandpoint. First, let's talk about where this new, awesome, amazing subdivision is located. It's about 3 miles east of downtown Sandpoint, right off Highway 200. You've heard me talk about Pond Point being one of my favorite communities for a waterfront, secondary waterfront subdivision. This is really close to that. So if you look for Pond Point on the map and you just look to the north, that's pretty much where the hunting lodge at Providence is located. And I like this location so much for the same reasons as Pond Point. You're going to be like 5 minutes from downtown Sandpoint, and about a 2-minute drive to Pend Oreille, where all the big stores, all the big box stores are located. If you want to get up to Schweitzer, I'm going to show you a picture. Like, it's right there. Let me turn the camera around. Whoop. There's Schweitzer. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. If you want to get on Lake Pend Oreille, there's several access points right here that's just minutes away. Field of Dreams. If you have kids or if you have grandkids and they play soccer, getting access to that field, that multi-sport complex, is not that far away. But you don't want to hear all this. You want to check out the houses. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one, my favorite model, and it's called the Moose. So this is outside of one of their models. They have 7 different ones. This is the Moose. And one thing that you're going to notice is the front yard, it's completed. Nice white picket fence, and the backyard is also finished. That's not common up here in the Sandpoint area, where builders give you a completed front and backyard. A lot of times they kind of do the front yard and then they leave the backyard completely up to you. And this actually reminds me of a community in Phoenix, well, Gilbert really. It was called Morrison Ranch, and they had these beautiful ranch-style houses with all these white picket fences everywhere. And this reminds me of that community. And they do plan to have these white picket fences and the same exterior on the other houses they are going to build. This is called the Moose. All of the houses, they have gaming animals to identify the house. And depending on the size of the house, depends on what they're calling it. So the Moose, because it's big. Let's go inside. So we are in the entryway. There is your downstairs bathroom, a front office or bedroom, and I love the windows they have in here. It's a little overexposed so you can't see outside, but you have a view of Schweitzer. See if I can get that to focus. Nope, I can't. But anyways, there's a view of Schweitzer right there. You have 9-foot ceilings, nice barn doors leading into the closets. And another thing you're going to notice is how wide these hallways are. Really, really nice. This is a slab foundation. Nice double vanity. And this is nice because somebody can be washing their hands while somebody is taking a shower, going and using the bathroom. Secondary bedroom in here, or second bedroom. Again, nice big tall window, nice wrapped windows with real wood. Look at the size of this laundry room. Upper cabinets, tandem garage. And what you're gonna notice, all these garages, they're finished. You actually have drywall, they're painted. Look at that, they have molding. And you do have the option of putting a heater in these garages on all of these houses, which is super nice. I have to tell you, I am super impressed with this builder. Everything just looks and feels right. Like you walk into a house, you can tell when it's done right. And this definitely has that feeling. They didn't skip out. They didn't cheap out on anything. Again, look at these window casings, fully cased, real wood, nice beams, little vault, fireplace. That's a gas fireplace. And this, it actually surprised me. This is concrete because with new codes, you have to have a wood mantle really, really high. So to keep that aesthetic appealing nice, that's actually concrete. And then it protects your TV when you have your TV placed up there. And look at the size of that island. Holy moly, Batman. That is huge. You have a room right over there to put a small little dining table. So this is, I believe this is granite. They also do quartz, all the cabinets. You're gonna see that they have dovetail joinery. These are custom made. You have your gas range, stainless steel appliances. I believe, if I remember right, this is the master. Lots of light. Again, another double vanity. A lovely soaking tub right here. Nice walk-in shower. You do have a bench right here. You guys all know I love benches. And this is a feature that I love about this builder, because not everyone does this in Sandpoint. These are nice built-in shelves in your closet. You don't have the cheap wire stuff. This is a nice, nice touch to have. And what's really good about this builder, this is turnkey. You have the little toilet room right there behind me. But anyways, this builder is giving you a turnkey product. The house is done. You expect that on any new build. But again, the front and the backyards, they are also 100% complete. You just move in, put in your furniture, and you're good to go. And let's actually go to the backyard real quick because I want to show you something. These are 1/4 acre lots. And everything on this side of the road is going to have a view of Schweitzer, which is super cool because when you're out of town, you don't always get a view of Schweitzer. And it's funny, I get a lot of calls of people saying, well, Ben, I want to be out of town, but I want to have a smaller lot. I don't necessarily want to have an acre, 5 acres. I just want a 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre out of town. That's this. So real quick, let me turn you around here. Here's the property line. Now, this part of the yard, yes, it's not usable, but what's nice, a different phase, there's going to be houses over there. It's a lower elevation, and it's going to be very similar. This swall right here, that's an HOA swall, and the fence line over there comes down about the same distance, and you're going to have 60 feet. And this fence line, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this. This fence line is 3 feet on your property. So your property line actually goes another 3 feet beyond that fence line. And the same thing's going to happen over on that side of the road. And you're going to have 60 feet from your property line to the next property line. So your neighbors are not going to be right on top of you. The closest your neighbor is going to be is how close you see these houses. Yeah, they're a little closer than what you might like, but really it's not that bad. They planted trees. They planted trees to kind of help break that up. So once they grow in, fill out, you're gonna get more privacy between your neighbors. But you have a good sized yard. This is sod, it's ready to go. And every house that they have these nice big, let me turn you around. They have these nice patio covers. Once we get down to that one in the white, that has a ton of patio cover. You guys are gonna love that house. I love it. So let's go ahead and check out the one next door real quick. As we're walking to our second house, I do want to say that there is an HOA. There are CC&Rs. The CC&Rs basically say if you have a camper, you have a boat, you cannot leave it in the front. I'm sure it's going to say beyond 24, 48 hours. I don't know exactly. I just know that the biggest sticking point, what I'm being told by the developer, is that they don't want those recreational vehicles parked out long-term in the front. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of CC&Rs that you need to be worried about. And right here, we're at the second house. This might be Whitetail. I'll have to look it up and put it on the screen for you because I don't know exactly the model this one is. My name is Geanetta. I'm a realtor right here in Sandpoint, Idaho, and I'm helping people just like you move and relocate to Sandpoint all the time. And if you don't know anything about Sandpoint, or if you want a little bit more information on Sandpoint, down in the description below, I have a link to my relocation guide. Go ahead and click the link, fill out your name and your email address. I'm going to send that right over to you. Or if you want to, just text me 208-400-6162 and just say relocation guide in the text. I'm going to send it to you. Let's get back to these houses. All right, here we go. If you have a big boat, if you have a big tall RV, this is calling your name. Another thing that I noticed as I was walking over here, and I haven't talked about yet, they do have underground irrigation. So to keep all this grass green, that is possible. And look at there. I haven't mentioned this either. So every house with the house numbers, you're gonna have an owl, a moose, a whitetail, a caribou. Just depends on your house model on what animal that you're gonna get. I can't wait to show you guys this house. I really, really like this one. They did a great job designing it. So you will see on the screen, I'll put the size of the houses, bedroom counts, bathroom counts, and price. What you're gonna notice is the quality, and they're offering a lot of different options. Again, this is kind of similar. You have the guest bathroom with a nice little break from the sinks to the shower and the toilets at. Nice wide hallways, again, 9-foot ceilings, big windows, good sized rooms. I think this is a little closet right over here. Yep, little coat closet. So this one is very similar to the moose. The difference is, oh, I didn't take you guys upstairs on the moose. There's stairs that leads to a bonus room with a bathroom. This one is, like I said, was very similar to the moose. The difference is there's not a bonus room with a bathroom here. Where the stairs go, in the moose, that's where this laundry room is. So since there's not space above the garage, this laundry room gets to be a little bit bigger. And because there's not an upstairs, they were able to do the trusses a little bit different. So you have a little bit bigger of a pitch, a little bit more of a vault, and you have these awesome beam accents. Nice big kitchen again. So this is just reversed, because if you remember, all this was on the opposite side of the moose of where we were just at. Oh, let me take you over here. So again, because the stairs and everything aren't in this house, in this model, the walk-in pantry is a little bit bigger. And you're gonna notice again, like you got custom cabinets in here. You don't have MDF board, you don't have wire boards. Again, the same guy is making all these cabinets. They're dovetail. Check out the microwave. That's pretty slick. Your trash pull out. So you do have some customary cabinets in here. Again, a nice gas range. This is concrete. That's not wood, even though it looks like it. And this, man, look at these windows. Look how cool these windows are. So right over here, you have the master. It's a good sized master, 9-foot ceilings. Again, loving these window trims. They use alder or maple for most of their wood accents and doors. Ooh, that's pretty, sorry. You guys were looking at the ground there for a second. Good size walk-in closet. Your little toilet room. So now we're gonna go over to the barn owl, and it's not the biggest house that they have, but the garage is amazing. They have an amazing feature for the fireplace. I can't wait to show you guys that one. All right, so you walk in, you have this little like mud locker over here. I'll show you that here in a second. Kitchen, living room. Look at, okay, I have to show you. Look how cool that is. Right dab in the middle to separate the kitchen a little bit and the living room. So this is open concept without being fully open, but it's also not closed off. And look at those windows. Holy cow. That is just awesome. And then what I love on both sides, so right behind me, are the same windows all the way up there. So you're gonna get natural light all the time. You can close off those windows, the wall windows I just showed you, but you're going to have natural light all the time because way up top, way up high are those nice horizontal windows. So here you go. This bay, this tall bay, is 32 feet. So probably comfortably, safely, you can get a 30-foot trailer boat in here. And they do have plans that on this side of the garage to do an ADU. This one obviously does not. It's the 3-car. And there you go, your mechanic side. And actually, I'm going to drop a link talking about ADUs. I did a blog, at which I will also do a video on, about ADUs and if they are beneficial or not in Sandpoint. So go ahead and look for that down in the description. Okay, so let's go back in here. So right off the garage, you have this nice cubbies. Everything's custom made again. You have a bathroom right off the garage. If you haven't picked it up yet, I love these houses. I love this builder. I think they've done a great job with their color scheme, just the overall quality of the house. You don't see this quality all the time in Sandpoint. And look at this. This is the master bedroom. That's basically a wall. That's just a slider. There, I'll get out of it for a second. That's insane. And what I also love about this bedroom, the tall windows, so that way you have that natural light. You don't feel like somebody is watching you all the time in your bedroom. And here we go. Let me switch it around. Here's the master bathroom. Nice big Silker tub. They did this right. They have the tubs separate from the shower. Some new builds, they don't do the shower or the tub in with the master bathroom. I love that they separated these two. Again, look at the size of this closet. Custom, right there. That could be a man's dresser right there with all the different cubbies. And then, you know, for the wife, or maybe you're a guy and you have a bunch of shoes. Nice custom shoe rack right there. So you're gonna pick up, if you wanna buy one of these houses, even if they haven't built it yet, they will do a pre-sale where you can have a little bit more control over, I want this stone. In my master closet, I want the shoe rack, I want this. These guys, they are willing to do that. So just reach out to me and say, hey, I wanna be at the hunting lodge at Providence, and I want one that's not built already. I'll get you hooked up. We'll get you guys a custom house, a semi-custom house. Right, okay, so right here, so I'm in one of the extra bedrooms, and it's a Jack and Jill. So this is really nice. Again, look at, you could, a sibling could be getting ready, taking a shower, going to the bathroom while the other sibling is getting ready at their own sink with their own set of drawers. How awesome is that? So here, we're in the other bedroom. But wait, there's more. We have another house to see. They have a 2-story that's a little bit more traditional when it comes to like a family house, like all the living spaces on the main floor, excuse me. And then upstairs they have all the bedrooms and a loft and everything. I'm not going to show you that today because it's still pretty much under construction. They have some contractors over there. I don't want to get in their way, but once they get that done, I'll come back, we'll get that house. That way you can see what it looks like. Actually, we have 2 more to go. I forgot how many houses that there are. So here's another one. I forget what this one's called. Of course, I'm going to put it up on the screen so that way you know exactly which model it is, bedroom, bathroom count, cost, and everything. So this is a side loader. If you have bigger vehicles like I do, I have the dually. You've seen in the pictures, my excursions down there on the road. These side loaders, they can be a little bit more difficult to get in and out of. But if you have a smaller vehicle, these side loaders, they're really nice. It's a good design. Let's see, what do we have here? This might be the caribou. Sorry, I'm not good with my game animal outline. So I think this is the caribou. Let's go inside and check it out. I know you guys are gonna love this one too. I really like this model as well. So here we are again. You come in, nice big hallways. This isn't quite as wide as the other hallways in the other houses. But here you go. Here's your 3-car garage. It's finished like everything else. We haven't talked about it yet. So these garage door openers, they actually have a camera on it. It drops down and you can access it from an app on your phone. You can close the garage, you can pull up the video, see what's going on. They're super, super quiet. Really, really nice garage door openers. AC, we haven't talked about it. There's AC in all these houses. This room is a little bit smaller, but still really, really nice because you have these huge, huge windows. Like outside of a fully custom house, where have you seen windows of that size in a residential home? Not often. There's your laundry room. Takes you all the way down into the kitchen. And look how wide and open this is. So a little bit more of your traditional open concept. You have your kitchen. And this one has a full wraparound porch. So let me show you right over here. You can see the post in front of me, and it's covered. And of course, the backyard is covered as well. One of my favorite features about this model is right over on this side of the kitchen. It goes right into a butler's pantry. How awesome is this? There's your microwave. Your kitchen again. They use granite, they use quartz, they use good material. Let's go in the backyard. I forgot to show you on the barn owl, the really cool backyard. Forgot to show you how cool the patio cover is. That's right. We're at the neighbor's house. We'll check it out here. Look how much covered space you have. That's great for the wintertime. Great extension of your backyard. And here's another thing that I want to point out. So not only are they giving you a nice finished backyard, but you see what I'm looking at? We have curbing, concrete curbing for your grass. You don't have to pay for that. How cool is that? You can just move in, you have your green grass, you have your concrete curbs. All you have to do is set up some flowers if that's what you want. Again, these things, they are turnkey. And let me point something else out to you. Where was it? It was over here. There's a few of these. You see this right there. There we go. You see that? That is a cutout on these curbs to allow water to drain off into that swale. They've thought about everything. You are going to get an amazing house if you buy one of these. All right, we're walking through this one. Again, I think it's the Caribou. We have one more to go. One more awesome house to look at. Can't wait for you guys to see it. So again, we're not that far from Sandpoint, super close, which is going to be a huge draw to so many people. And as we're walking the community again, we talked a little bit about HOA and CC&Rs earlier. So HOA, that means that there's going to be some sort of fee. So what is that fee? It's about $450 right now, and that maintains the swale where they're going to keep the grass down, and they have to cut it. They're using a different type of grass that grows slow, so it takes about 2 cuts a year. And they're anticipating that once all 116 houses get sold, that they can bring that cost down even more. And part of that HOA fee, this is on a sewer district. So think of, you're in LA, you're in Phoenix, somewhere like that, you pay a sewer fee. Part of this fee for the entire year, the $450, is to flush out the system, because Kootenai Sewer District, they want this community to make those flushes about twice a year. And again, when they get more people in here, they're 100% anticipating that cost to go down. I know I'm probably getting comments right now saying, when do HOAs ever lower their fees? Well, you're right, but let's have some faith in that they're actually going to do it on this one. So right here, there we go. Here is the last house, another side loader. I forget the name of this one, but like I've been telling you, I will put it down on front of the screen so that way you guys know exactly what house that we're talking about with all the stats, bedroom, bathrooms, and price. So this is the Muley. And again, so this is the only thing kind of weird about all these houses. The front door leads you right into the kitchen. Some people may not like this, but overall, I don't think it's too bad. Again, you're gonna have really nice cabinets. These are all custom made, nice big island. And what I love most, you're gonna see right above me. Look at that vault with those beams. Really nice. Put a little bit of a table right here. And this is what I love about the Muley. Let me turn you back around. Isn't that freaking awesome? Double sliders, all windows. If you like windows, you're gonna love this builder. Look how big these are. And they have so many. Look at this fireplace. Built-in cabinet, shelves, whatever on either side. Again, concrete. I know it looks like wood, but believe me, that is concrete. Let's check this out. This looks like an office to me. Yep, little office. Super cute, or a bedroom, a very tiny bedroom, maybe a nursery. And I say a bedroom because there is a little closet right there. And I tell you, as I walk around all these houses, I just feel quality. You can just tell by looking at everything, feeling it, seeing it. There's just quality in these houses. And you can't say that about every builder in Sandpoint. We haven't done a bunch of these videos. We did base camp. I think those are good quality houses. Here, let me show you the bathroom. This is the master bathroom for the Muley. So there is no glass door. It's a walk-in. I believe they have a couple plans to do this a little bit different, like starting this wall, instead of having it in there, they're gonna bring it back a little bit closer to where my finger's at. Separate tub, of course. But anyways, this builder, quality, everything about it. AC, heat, nice solid doors. They're not chimping out. You go into other new builds and you just feel like, man, they cut corners here. This wasn't done right. That's not these houses. If you want a good quality build, come out to the hunting lodge on Providence, get views of Schweitzer, be close to the lake, be close to the mountain, and all for, you know, a pretty good price. I have the prices down on all these houses. If you're interested in these, give me a call. I'm gonna help you out. I've helped so many people buy new builds in the Sandpoint area. I have it down really well. You're gonna be pleased. You're gonna be pleased with these houses. And stay tuned because we're gonna come back and we're gonna show you some more progress as they build more houses out here. If you're curious to learn more about the hunting lodge on Providence, give me a call. I'm gonna answer all your questions. I'll even take you to see all these houses if that's what you want. Now, if this isn't for you, you want more space, and you're not quite sure what community that you want to be in, I have a video on Selly Valley, Dover, West Sandpoint, and more coming to you. That way, if you're unsure of what you want and this isn't quite it, I have more videos talking about communities right here in Sandpoint. And if you want that relocation guide, there's a link down in the description below. Just click it, and I'm going to send you information on Sandpoint.